Hello and good morning. Welcome to December 23rd's daily spiritual practice, a devotional based on the book 365, Science of Mind by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Um, Today's reading begins with, I'm alive, awake, and aware. My spiritual eyes are open. And then it quotes 1 Corinthians 13, for now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know even as also I am known. A very famous quote from the Christian tradition. And I thought it would be nice today to bring to you the version of 1 Corinthians 13, because the whole chapter is very famous. Parts of it are often read in wedding and commitment ceremonies. And somebody asked me what was the version of the Bible I mentioned weeks ago. There are a couple that come to mind. The Inclusive Bible by Priests for Equality, and also The Message, which is a very beautiful rendition of the Bible, not an exact translation, but more of a modern language rendition. So here we have 1 Corinthians. If I speak with human eloquence and angelic ecstasy, but don't love, I'm nothing but the creaking of a rusty gate. If I speak God's word with power, revealing all the mysteries and making everything plain as day, and if I have faith that says to a mountain, jump, and it jumps, but I don't have love, then I am nothing. If I give everything I own to the poor, and even go to the stake to be burned as a martyr, but I don't love, then I've gotten nowhere. So no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I am bankrupt without love. Love never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut. It doesn't have a swelled head. Doesn't force itself on others. Isn't always me first. Doesn't fly off the handle. Doesn't keep score of the sins of others. Doesn't revel when others grovel. Love takes pleasure in the flowering of truth and puts up with anything and trusts God always. Always looks for the best. Never looks back, but keeps going to the end. Love never dies. Inspired speech will be over someday. Praying in tongues will end. Understanding will reach its limit. We know only a portion of the truth, and what we say about the divine is always incomplete. But when the complete arrives, our incompleteness will be cancelled. When I was an infant at my mother's breast, I gurgled and cooed like any infant. When I grew up, I left those infant ways for good. We don't yet see things clearly. We're squinting in a fog, peering through a mist, but it won't be long before the weather clears and the sun shines bright. We'll see it all then. We'll see it all as clearly as the divine sees us, knowing the divine directly, just as the divine knows us. But for right now, until that completeness, we have three things to do to lead us toward that consummation. 1. Trust steadily in the divine. 2. Hope unswervingly. 3. Love extravagantly. And the best of these three is love. Now, is that not a beautiful rendition of a well-known text? The second quote that Dr. Holmes gives us today is from Hermes. "Oh, you people, you earth-born people, you who have given yourself to drunkenness and sleep and ignorance of the divine, be sober now. Stop your excess. Stop being glamored by irrational sleep." What a lovely phrase. Stop being glamored by irrational sleep. I wonder if anyone here remembers the beautiful science of mind teacher, Dr. Helen Street. She had such a way with words, and she would say, "There is a mighty mantra, a hymn rising up from the people of the earth, and it goes like this." And she would say that was one of my most important things to do, is to wake up from the hypnotism and to do the one thing that anybody can do: love. Love. Here's the phrase that Dr. Holmes gives us to contemplate: I awake. I awake. I awake. I am alive. I am awake. I am aware. My spiritual eyes are open as if from a long night's sleep. I am awake. Thank you very much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that, until we reach the end of the year, and 365 days will have passed swiftly. I'm remembering starting and feeling such feelings of warmth and also gratitude for what we have accomplished together. Thank you for the beautiful notes, the emails, the questions. The best way to write to me is through email. My email address is my name. There it is on the screen, at csl.org. No period between my first and last name. Just my first and last name at csl.org. Some people contact me through Facebook Messenger, and that's very difficult to find because of the way Facebook is structured. So sometimes I find messages that were sent months ago. So email me if you would like to, and let me know how this journey has been for you. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day.